What is up, my friends? So let's talk about The Turning, which has many people turning their heads and wondering what is going on. So this movie has two endings, and those two endings really leave you with more questions than answers. And I think if it was executed a lot better, we would definitely have a movie that everybody was talking about. But this is a January release, so we knew not to expect much. Now, The Turning is based on an old novel, and this isn't really like in line with that novel, but it does have some of the similar themes. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip to the ending, but let me just recap what happens. Basically, we have a manor where a groundskeeper was basically a son of a bitch and assaulted one of the nannies there. Ultimately, she tried to escape, he killed her, and then another staff member, Miss Gross, actually went and killed Quint, the groundskeeper who did all this, and now his ghost is basically haunting everybody there. We have a new nanny, and now she is basically caught up in all of this that's going on as the two kids are there, Flora and Miles. Flora being a very shy girl, and Miles being somebody who was basically brought up to be like Quint, the groundskeeper, and so he's tormenting the new nanny, Kate, because he just thinks he's Quint. Let's skip to the ending. So as I said, Quint assaulted Miss Gesso, then killed her when she tried to flee. Gross killed Quint a few weeks after this, and now the ghosts are here tormenting everybody. So we see that Quint's ghost turns violent towards the end and kills Gross. Kate runs with the kids and flees the manor, and then it just cuts and we see that we're actually looking at a painting that Kate's mother sent her, and we hear Gross ask Kate if it's genetic what her mother has. This time we see another ending where the kids are questioning if Kate is insane, as she says she sees a ghost and they say they don't. And then we see Kate dream of her mother at the asylum, and that's basically how it ends, with her mother looking up at her, and then it cuts to black before we can see what exactly there is as Kate screams. Talk about confusing, right? So there's two endings. One is the wishful thinking where the ghosts are real, and the other one is a true ending where Kate is actually just insane. And so it basically goes on to say that we see when Kate is fleeing with the kids, escaping the manor, that is not a real ending right there. That is what Kate would hope to basically happen. The real ending, according to theories out there, is that Kate is actually Miss Gesso, and as we know, Miss Gesso was assaulted by Quint, but she did actually manage to escape, but she wound up going crazy and ended up in an asylum, and now we're seeing all this whole movie play out in her head in the asylum as what she would have hoped to happen, where we see Gross die, Quint basically be killed as well, and she is there to rescue the kids that she feels that she abandoned, because she sees Miss Gross as someone who covered up the abuse that she endured while at the manor. And so seeing her die and escaping with the kids is what she would have wanted. However, in the end, we see her snap back to the reality that it is, where we see the ending where the kids see her as someone who's just insane, and she's just somebody who is locked up in an asylum. And it goes on to say that the reason she screams at the end as well is because she sees herself as that woman, because that woman is actually her who is painting and not her mother. And that's what she's actually seeing. Thus, she screams. So there's a lot that could be pretty much said about this movie. And I think this, in theory, sounded so good, but it's just the way it was executed. So what do you think is going on in this Turning movie? Do you think the ghosts are real, or do you think Kate is just insane? Let me know your thoughts below. Anyways, this is going to be coming into a Netflix series at the end of this year, so look out for that. It is going to be by Mike Flanagan, who is a tremendous director who pretty much gave us Dr. Sleep and also gave us The Haunting on Netflix. So what are your thoughts on The Turning? Is Kate insane, or are the ghosts real? Let me know below. Anyways, as always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the like, comment, share, all that good stuff. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and as always, I'll see y'all next time. Stay positive.